Studio. Hello. Actual recording. Okay. But I don't know. Am I live? Dun, 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 dun. I don't see anybody. I don't think I'm live. How do I know if I'm live? That would be cool if I could figure that out. If I could go live, that would be the goal, right, Elsie? Get it together. Hmm. Okay, but let me call Richmond because there should be a button that says live, and I'm already like 14 minutes late. How do I do this? Oh, this is not my forte. I wish there was a way to even hear myself, or I mean, not hear myself. Why am I talking to myself? There's nobody here. Mm, wow, how does this? Of course, he's busy. Why am I calling when I know he's busy? Figure it out. You can do this. Oh, thank God, Laura. You see me? How long? How long have you been seeing me? Laura?
It's me, baby. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but how do you see me?
Okay, I see you on a screen.
Like I'm live? What am I
You
doing?
are live. You are live.
How many fingers?
You're
Is it delayed?
you're a slight delay.
Oh Lord, girl, I've been on here talking crazy for like 5 minutes. Two, I'm holding two fingers up. Let me know when you see that.
Up two fingers. There you are.
You can hear me too?
Yes.
Oh, this is a mess. I have no idea
Are
how
you
to even. Okay. I know a way to send a link though, so if Leanne hasn't figured it out yet, I can just put a link if I figure out how to do the chat.
you
I
see
could,
the chat? You don't see us on the chat, but there's a chat. Everyone's on chat.
okay, I'll figure that out soon, I promise. I don't even know where to
Okay,
go.
don't worry.
Okay, thank
No
you.
worries.
Thanks for the call.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So, welcome. Apparently, you guys can see me and hear me. I just don't know where to confirm. I mean, Lara called me, so I know she can hear me and see me. So, you guys can too. I just don't know why is my head so big in the camera. Let me back up. If you guys are confused, I'm using a new platform that I only found out about 10 minutes ago. Um, from Donna and Lara, they kind of happened at the same time. I went on Donna's stream to see that StreamYard wasn't working for her. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. Um, I wish I could see the messages. I'm so used to normally the messages, everything comes up on my right hand, but I don't know where to go. I'm so sorry, guys. Give me 2 minutes. You already know I barely was, good with my last software. Now this. Oh wait, it says chat. It says people and chat on the right hand side. So where are the people? Oh, behind. Oh, okay. Oh, I see all your messages. Of course, Christina. Christina, thank you. Christina says she's so proud of me. Girl, you have no clue. Oh my God. The whole time I was talking to myself, you guys could hear me. That is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. Oh my God. Okay, okay, okay. I have no idea how many people are here. Like, I'm so used to seeing everything. Hi, Anne Marie. And some of you, I don't even see a name. It's like only emojis for you. Okay. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our new platform. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How do I show? Oh, okay, show and stream. Kayla says, "You look so pretty." Thank you. I appreciate it. Girl, I've been sitting here stressed out. I've been sweating for like at least 40 minutes to an hour because, and I put everything I needed to use for the stream on StreamYard, like all the stuff I wanted to pop up. But now I don't know how to. Thank you, Christina. But now I don't know how to put it in here. Okay, I'll figure it out as we go. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. But thank you all for finding me here. I don't know how other people will find me because I don't know. I guess they'll just go on the channel and see that I'm live on another platform. Um, but it's good to see all of you. I'm trying to send an invite to Leanne to see if she can come on here. How do I do this? Share. Oh, because normally when I click share on my other platform, it gives me an option to share the link to invite people, but this doesn't do that. So this is going to be tough. We love chaotic energy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Lara is here too. Thank you, Lara. Thank you, Kinney. I think I saw Kinney says she's driving home. Drive safely, my love. Thank you. Hi. Okay, so everything looks normal on YouTube on you guys' end. On my end, everything looks absolutely bizarre. Oh, thank you for watching me. Thank you for watching from American Samoa. Okay, so you guys on Christina is saying you guys don't see anything different. It's the same. I'm the one that's I'm discombobulated. Oh, Priya said I was on some random video waiting for you. I'm sorry. I just figured this out. You know what? Maybe if I put the link under that video that I had set up. Oh my God! Thank Lara for calling me because I would have been sitting here talking to myself and I would have probably just ended up leaving because I wouldn't have thought it worked. Okay, all right. Let me lock in. I'm trying to find a way. Okay, I have this link. I'm gonna put the link here. No, no, that's not correct. Oh, you guys, this is so chaotic. I'm so sorry. This keeps saying 99% uploading. What does that mean? I am so sorry. I'm apologetic. If you guys want to leave, I would understand. I'm trying to find what was I even going to talk about. So you're naturally funny. You're a comedian. Thank you. I appreciate all of you for bearing with me. Okay, so when the chat says one, does that mean there's one person here? Because I mean, I'm cool with just talking to one person, but that would be kind of tragic. Like, girl, you only have one person in here and you're just blabbing. Uh, Guys, I'm getting near to giving up on finding the link because I don't know how to find the link to give you guys to come on. Oh, I found it. Invite is in the top right corner. Okay, I'm used to seeing it down below. Okay, all right, all right, all right. Is that it? Okay, okay. I'm sending Leanne a link right now to see if she can join, and then we'll go from there. I promise I got it this time. Okay, where's my messages? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Okay. Okay. All right, I got it. I am sending. That's loud. All right, you guys, I just got the link. I'm sending it to Leanne and see if she can find her way up here. Hopefully, she doesn't need to sign up for a whole thing to come up. All right. So while we wait for Leanne, and this is so bizarre because my equilibrium is off. Literally, I don't even know where to look. I'm trying to connect. Can I share the Instagram video here? Oh, you guys are saying my volume is low. Okay, there's 140 people in here. Thank all of you for being here. I understand it's a bit messy. Okay, the volume is low. Maybe I could figure that one out. Volume should be simple, right? This says speaker. Okay. That's not correct. This says mic.
Hello? Hello, I can't hear you. Oh, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Oh my God. Hold on. No, I can't hear you still. I see you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Oh my God. Hold on.
Wait, can you guys hear me now?
I can't. Yeah, I can hear you now.
My mic was off.
Oh my God.
My mic was literally off. Like it was red with an X across it, like with a line across it, and I never thought that's what I didn't go that far, you guys. I'll
I've
be
just been watching. I've been watching the 5 minutes of you sitting there talking to
you've been
yourself. That was comedy gold.
Apparently, I was live for 5 minutes straight talking to myself, and everybody was over here saying, "We can see you, we can hear you," and I didn't know. So Laura called me like, "Sweetheart, get to
Yeah,
we can see you."
she told me, so I was like, I'm gonna go and watch that.
Oh my god. Okay, so you guys say you can hear Leanne and you can hear me. Now, I think what was happening is my real mic was off, but my microphone mic was picking up the sound. That's why some people could barely hear me and some just couldn't.
Yeah.
All right. Is everybody good now? We can hear Leanne and we can see and hear me. Now, if I could figure out how to share things like the Blake Lively alcohol video that I've been dying over since yesterday.
You know, I can only see half your face.
You can only see half my face?
Yeah, no, me. I think it's just me because you sent a link to me on WhatsApp, and which is on my phone. So I've got this tiny screen.
Oh.
I
I
thought you were gonna like email or send it on X.
oh, here, let me try to send it on X.
That'd be better.
Or if you text me your email, I can email it. But let me try X first. Oh my god. I never want to experience this ever again. Ever. Like if
I'm
there is
still live with. I'm still live with the last person because I can't turn it off.
oh my you couldn't turn it off. I would have
I'll,
just thrown a blanket over the camera and just mute the mic. Like everybody go away, please.
I'll shut that down. But like if you look on YouTube on my video, my lives, I'm still live even though my camera and my mic and everything. I don't need. I can't shut down StreamYard.
And now they have me and you like up, like it's so weird because you're like above my head. Which I'm so used to doing StreamYard like side by side. So I'm like,
I know.
I'm looking look at you even though you're not there. I'm like, this
Do
is
you
insane.
know, like from my angle, I'm under your chin.
Oh my god.
I'm literally attached to your chin.
Oh my god. I just sent you the link on X again.
Do you
Oh,
know, I hope we don't have to use this one again. I don't love it.
oh my days. Oh, this is making me feel better. I just got a picture from my son's school. I'm not gonna show you guys his face. Some of you have seen his face, but he's working hard. So
Oh,
that's something. Cause he was stressing me out yesterday. Oh, wait.
oh, there we go.
Apparently the volume is super loud for Leanne and super low for me. This is a mess. Oh my days. How do I fix this? How? How? Oh, wait. Is it because I don't? Okay, how about now? Say something,
You
Leanne.
sound
It's
no,
still.
yeah, you sound better. You sounded like Darth Vader a minute ago.
Oh my God. Now somebody's saying I sound far away. You guys, do we just do this, figure it out, and come back on live tomorrow? Just a learning experience for everybody. Figure out how to use this this platform and just come and do the live tomorrow. Uh, okay, so you guys are saying Leanne's volume is super loud while mine is super low. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. I don't know why I'm trying to act like I know what I'm doing. But I appreciate Lara for being the best producer in the background. Love you, Lara. Thank you so much.
Hold on, I'm
Oh, now there's
just
a
jumping out. Right, can you hear me now?
um I can hear you. No echo. I'm trying to connect my headphones to see if that will help with the echo. But
Right, I can see your face now. I'm the plant behind you.
it's my yes, my olive. I don't know if you guys can
Yes.
notice, but my son pulled all the olives off the plant, so now it's just a tree. I don't know if you guys can notice, there are no more olives. He literally pulled every single fake olive off. He was having a day, and I let him have it. I was like, go ahead. I'm not going back and forth with you about some olives. Okay. I connected headphones now. Let's see if Leanne is still super loud than me. Say something, Leanne.
um.
Okay, you're good. You're in my ear. You're
Oh,
good.
okay. I was thinking of what to say then.
Okay. All right. How is it now? Okay, you guys saying Leanne sounds better? Leanne sounds better. Everybody, shout out to Lara. Did anyone else see about the Supreme Court judge being removed? What happened? A Supreme Court judge was removed?
Oh, really?
Gives us something to talk about.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Sounds a lot better. I think maybe it was because Leanne's voice was loud and my mic was probably also picking it up. That's why it was overpowering. Okay. Is it better? Lara says perfect, and in Lara, I trust.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
right. Leanne is like, I'm with you right there. So we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
go, and the first thing we're gonna look. Now we've literally wasted 31 minutes. This was supposed to be the end of my life, so we go to Leanne's page. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. Leanne, are we still able to move over to your platform, or because the StreamYard is messed up, we're
I
stuck here? And then
I really don't know what I'm doing with this platform. So I was gonna say because I've got the card all made up. How about I spend some time here, we hang out here, and then I will pin you down because you are the hardest
okay,
woman to arrange anything with to a date when you are gonna come
you're
online because I really want
so
you on mine.
funny. I'll be good to go tomorrow. You guys, like, if I showed you my
Yeah,
life behind a camera, you would think I'm making it up. You guys don't believe, like, when I tell you I make the content and then my life is like,
yeah.
and then I'm like, ooh, then I make the content and it's like, and then I make it, it's a mess. Okay, so we're gonna, since 30 minutes is gone and we only have, give or take, 30 something minutes left. I also, full disclosure, I'm making some soup that I started late, and now my husband is late to get home, so I might need to take a couple pauses to go check on the soup. Just letting you guys know. TMI, but it's soup that needs eyes, so I need to go. I need to go take a look every now and then. So
What
I
soup is that?
apologize. It's a goat soup. So it's from my country. It's like a palm nut.
Mm.
Have you ever had? I mean, I'm not gonna ask if you ever had palm nut. Nobody ever eats palm nut if you're not either African or from my country. So like you know the
Mm.
palm tree, like the it comes with like a fruit, like a palm nut fruit. Is like a bunch of them. You kind of once you take it down, we pound it and then you extract. That's where palm oil comes from. Have
Yeah.
you ever had palm oil?
Yeah, it's in things, isn't it? It's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's not. It's a delicacy. Not everybody can.
Mm.
So you kind of pound the palm nut and then you pour hot water and you extract the juice out of it and then you make soup with that. And it takes a lot of
Mm.
I've turned my stove super low, but it takes a lot of if you leave it or don't pay attention, you're done. So
Yeah.
if it burns this like it's one of those things you cannot fix it. So okay, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick. I don't know why I feel like I need to show you guys what a palm nut looks like, but just in case nobody knows what a palm nut, can you guys see?
Yeah.
So this is what like a palm nut tree looks like, and these are palm nuts, right? These things. So you get them, and then you will boil them, and then you pound it. So this is perfect. You boil this thing, you boil it, you pound it. It looks like that after you've pounded it. You
Mm.
sift it, and then you get this out of it, this liquid, and then you make soup out of it. And then I'm gonna see if I add soup, it will show you what it kind of looks like. And I apologize, so it looks like that.
Okay.
And it's again, it's a delicacy. It doesn't have to look pretty to you. All I know is when I'm done, I'm about to have a time of my life. Like, and then you eat it with fufu. You can eat it with rice. You can add crab. You can add whatever rice, beans. It's a So the the red at the top, that's what normally
Mm.
people would scoop up and sell to you as palm nut oil. So like palm oil, when you go and buy palm oil from the store and it's like super expensive, that's where it comes from. Which people don't really use
Okay.
palm oil. It's much safer than like canola and the other oils, but because it's super hard to get. Like you could pound like 20 pounds of palm nut and you only get like maybe this much oil. So it's very
Mm.
expensive, but in my country we eat it a lot. It's super easy to get at home, and I make this soup maybe once a year because it's so hard to get the palm nut. So anyway, that's oh, it says Ghana right there. I didn't even see that. But yeah, anyway, that was not what we came here for. I appreciate everybody that
No.
say that looks good and it sounds delicious. It does. It looks so good, and it's like as soon as you're done eating, you just want to lie down and burp and just be like, ugh. And then it has kind of like a savory smell that because we eat with our hands, and then when you're done,
Mm.
kind of like oh, for like a day or two, you'd walk in and like, oh, okay, it's still on my hand a little bit. Every African in the comments knows exactly what I'm talking about. I wonder if Leslie is here. She would know because Leslie's from Ghana. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I went off on a whole tangent about soup, but let me bring you back to business. And I'm sure you all had a chance to see this if you follow me anywhere else. But Vilo said, "I'll be right over, Elsie. You're welcome. You're welcome. Come on, come on. I love to share. I love to cook. Like I told you guys yesterday, I will cook and clean and do all that stuff. So if you want to ever, if you're in Miami and you're like, I want some food, let me know. All right. So if you didn't get a chance to see the new Betty Boo's commercial, let's watch it and let's discuss because I find it quite interesting. And then I have more thoughts, but let's listen.
Okay.
Oh Lord, we can't hear, can we?
It's
Oh, there it is.
not
And they
bad
really
then.
are from recipes in my home, something that
Okay, give me a second. White people. I'll figure it out. Elsie, come on. You're grown. Figure it out.
we've just launched our vodka iced teas. One is Myra Lemonade, one is Passion Fruit, and they really are from recipes in my home, something that we make over and over again. And the way that we know it's right is that if I can make it and then we try the canned version and you do a blind taste test and you can't tell the difference, then that's when it's great. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of rounds and a lot of people, many of whom are in this room, to make it that great. We don't use any artificial anything. It's all real fruit. and because we care about people who are drinking it, we care about we have our packaging is sustainable and it's so pretty. You can reuse it as faces or put I don't know. I remember saying to them they can put Q-tips or paper clips in them. They're like nobody's gonna do that. And then week one when we launched, all these people were posting flower vases, and I was like, see, you can't underestimate us millennials, and Gen Z is even more crafty.
Blake Lively is out here doing the work of the good Lord for all women. She's using her newfound gratitude and her newfound vindication to support all women by creating a brand new booze vodka iced tea. And she tried it at home before you get it so you know it's just right. But you gotta remember, she doesn't drink. She's a goody two shoes, but she wants you to give her money. You know, when your abusers abuse you and your harassers harass you and you're done, yeah, she wants you to glug glug woohoo. You see that bottle right there? When you're done, she wants you to put Q-tips in it. Yeah, Q-tips for your ears. And then when you're trying to get them out, I don't know how you're going to do it. But if you're buzzed, you could do anything. In Henny, we trust. Well, in this case, in Boozy Blake, we trust. Yeah, she wants you to buy liquor. What? You guys thought she was about to what? Go out here and do women's marches and work at soup kitchens and work at women shelters, and that's what you thought she was about to do? No, she wants you to buy her liquor. You thought any different. You're the dummy. Enjoy. Asking for a friend though, at what point during this trying, traumatic time while you were at home and couldn't eat and couldn't sleep and couldn't do shit, did you have time to come up with this alcoholic formula? You know, garden variety emotional distress. I'll wait.
We've just launched.
A mess. You guys, I can't. Did you get a chance to see that video? Not my video per se, but did you get a chance to see the liquor video earlier, Leanne?
No, no, I
Oh,
didn't. Oh,
well, over to you, counselor. What do you
oh my
think
God.
about our plaintiff turning into? I mean, I guess now she's a defendant, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Well, no,
how do you?
she's a plaintiff.
Oh, she's a
She's
plaintiff
both.
now because Justin's
She's
thing is
still
done.
both. Yeah, she's still
Yeah, I guess.
both technically.
Okay,
But
but
oh
how do
my
you
God.
feel about her turning into what do you call it? Well, somebody said is she is her outfit for Pride Week for Pride Month. I'm like, she's supporting her
But
husband. Leave her alone.
yeah, do you know that outfit looks like that? You remember that? I was just talking about this actually. You remember that press junket where they all wore with Brendan Scolnar, where they all wore what looked like a pride flag?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like that.
exactly. It looks like
It's
that a
giving
little
that
bit.
vibes.
Either her kids
I don't
picked it
know.
out or her husband was like, support me on this, thing you're going on. But how do you feel about her? And then I can't believe she actually said, oh, yeah, people are going to put Q-tips in this. How are you going to get it out? Once you put
No,
Q-tips in
no.
that, what are you going to try to? Because you know how annoying it is to get skinny, like skinny things like Q-tips, when they kind of touch each other and kind of become attached out of a
Yeah.
bottle like that. And then why does she insist on like making sure we know she's a millennial? Like she's like refusing to be an
You
adult.
know,
Like
yeah.
like
Every
us
post, every
millennials,
time. I know. Well, I, I don't. She's insufferable, isn't she?
it's
I don't.
ridiculous.
I mean, you know exactly what you said though. Like, she was so traumatized, but she's had time to. I mean, this is going to go towards damages as well. Like, oh, so your business hasn't really suffered because you're still launching new products.
Exactly. Exactly. And the alcohol of it all. I don't know how
Yeah.
anybody else feels about it, but I feel strongly about it because, again, like I've told you guys before, I don't drink. I'm not a sober person. Like, I'm not abstaining from alcohol. I will drink champagne if it's available in my, like, if my husband brings some champagne, I'm drinking it. Mother's Day, my birthday, Father's Day, whatever. I'm a champagne girly. I don't know how, like, how people go to bars and they know what they
Yeah.
like. I'm not that. Like, I don't know even names of drinks. If I had a party at my house, I wouldn't know how to make a cocktail. I'm that kind of person. But you go out of your way to let us know you don't drink, you're not an alcohol person. Your husband owns a whole gin brand. You own these boozy, buzzy things. And now you're telling us in this video how you've made this recipe multiple times at home to get it so right.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it was perfect for to be canned and to be bottled and to be sold. But you don't drink. Like, what message are you trying to send here? Do you drink? Do you not drink? And if you don't drink, why are you pushing alcohol on other people so hard?
Well,
Like, what is
I'll
it?
come at it from a slightly different point as well because I don't drink, but um I was brought up in a pub. My parents owned a pub when I was
Oh,
a child, into early adulthood actually. And I actually run some nightclubs myself. So early on, before while I was putting myself through university, I was running some nightclubs and things like that. But I I don't love the way she is kind of making, like she did with domestic abuse, making it sound all flowery and fluffy.
Yeah,
And I feel like, she's doing the same thing here with alcohol, and alcohol
yeah,
is is not I mean, I'm not against people having drinks and
of
stuff, but
course.
it is the root cause of a lot of society's problems with kind of antisocial behavior, domestic violence, and yet here she is going, oh, but look, it's so amazing. The other thing I clocked as well, she said, is if I give you two different things and they taste the same, then they're done well. No, you just put the same shit in two different glasses and you know, ripping people off.
Exactly.
I
Because with your point you just made, how am I ever gonna know that the one you made
yeah,
at home tastes tastes like what's in the bottle? Like
definitely.
I'm never gonna, like, your buyer will never ever know what the homemade with real ingredients tastes like compared to the manufactured version you make in China or wherever you get it made. I don't even care. But like to stand there and say that, like it's stop making it feel like you're a girly's
Yeah,
girl, like you're like some small business owner, like you're not selling this at a farmer's market. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the
no,
brand.
exactly,
So I don't know
exactly.
who you're
And you know what?
convincing.
It's frustrating because fine, she's got some booze products with various flavors, and she's got non-alcoholic and she's got alcoholic for her drinks. That's great. I still say, and I will maintain this, you cannot have a hair care product range and not have a conditioner. And I feel like her energy should have been, directed there. Where's your
Exactly.
conditioner? You haven't
That
got a
doesn't make
complete
sense.
product range. It annoys me. And me and Zach really went off about the lack of conditioner,
Unless she comes out and says she doesn't use conditioner, which at that point, like maybe
which would
she's
explain a lot.
it would explain everything. But then who is buying your stuff after that?
Mm,
Because I'm not buying your shampoo, because most people I know, at least for my community, who use a certain brand of shampoo, you typically want to use that brand's conditioner.
exactly.
Even though sometimes, like, again, in my own community, like I may not use a leave-in conditioner from the same brand because like I need the leave-in to do different things for me. But if
Yeah,
I'm washing with this shampoo, I need the
yep,
conditioner to be from the same company for whatever. Like, it's
exactly.
your formula is supposed to work, and I'm doing Blake's favorite thing. It should work like
Yeah,
this. your
it
your
really should.
shampoo
And
and conditioner should go like
yeah,
that.
and I thought it was. I thought, to be honest, I wondered if it was a bit of an OCD thing with me because I have to have the same brand. Not only the same brand, it has to be the same smell.
Yeah,
Like if I,
exactly.
because I, if I pick the shampoo because I like the smell, then I want the same smelling conditioner.
Because once
For
you
the
wash it, you can wash with
yeah,
passion fruit and then condition with lemon.
yeah,
It's
no, no.
crazy.
In most
I
cases,
saw.
it doesn't work.
Yeah, I saw CJ's comment, which I so resonate with this so hard. I'm gonna read this. The
Yeah,
alcohol thing, while going through this, is tone deaf, 100%. Because I said that in my video. I don't know
yep.
if you guys heard. A lot of sh/DV happens. Oh, where did it go? See, I hate this platform. Why did the comment vanish? It gives you a 10-second timer. Who asked you?
She
Like I.
she she said the donuts were more believable. I caught that, and I agree with
Okay.
that. There we go.
Yeah, she says a lot of SHDV happens while under the influence. Is just not matching her victim rebrand. The donuts were more believable. 100%. Like, stuff your face if you're going through emotional distress. To create
Yeah,
alcohol and DV, when again, alcohol, DV, SH don't go together. A lot of people who are, the receivers of these abuses and harassment are probably receiving it at the hand of somebody under the influence of something. For you to
yeah.
create this
It's
brand is
like
so bizarre.
in over here, and I'm sure in America it's similar, but over here, like you know, we've got football teams. Obviously, our football looks different to yours. We kick the ball,
Yeah.
but like you think Wrexham, yeah. So we've got our football. I think you call it soccer.
No, I'm African. I
Um,
call it football.
fair enough.
I've been Americanized
Yeah. So
now, so I say American football, but I know. I know what's what.
Um, but over here, it's a really big thing. But a big study was done where, like if football supporters, because everyone, they go out, they get drunk, and they cause fights or things and have riots and all. We have all kinds of problems with football on big match days or kind of competing neighborhood towns and things.
Yeah,
And a study was done, and it was shown that on days where like particular teams lost, especially like the World Cup when England were kicked out, then there was a huge spike in domestic violence. And some of that was attributed to just the anger because of the taking your frustration out because of the football has not gone the way you want it. But also there was a correlation made that, men typically got drunk whilst watching
yeah.
their favorite sports.
It just
And,
goes hand in hand.
yeah, exactly. And in that drunken mind, mixed with the anger that, your team has lost or
Yeah,
something, women were being battered far, far more um,
yeah.
than normal. And yeah, of course. I mean, everyone knows the link. I don't understand. I really want to kind of just oh, scream
It's
internally,
uncomfortable.
but I feel like someone should be sitting her down and going, lady, you're going about this all the wrong way. You're now smearing yourself all over again. Are you going to blame Justin Baldoni again?
You,
But well, she
you
is.
know, what I want to know, what I was trying to figure out is normally when somebody's in a crisis and they start going through
Mm,
something like this, and I'm attributing this knowledge to watching TV shows, right? And I'm assuming it
mm,
would apply in real life because this is a decision that I feel like if 2 years ago you were making this decision with you, your husband, and your PR people, now your lawyers have to be in that conversation, right? Your lawyers have to be in
yeah.
that conversation and protecting your own interest as far as maybe this is not a right time to come out with an alcohol brand, right? But I can
Her
almost imagine
lawyers,
that conversation happening and her going, "Yeah, no, this is what we're doing and this is what's going to happen. We not
her
changing
lawyers are
anything."
absolutely giving her advice, as they should be if they're worth their salt, kind of thing. They
And
should be
then
saying,
what are
well,
the
look,
chances that she's just like, "Yeah, no, I'm not."
oh, yeah, I believe that she is not listening to them. I really do. I they would have told her for SNL, maybe not go, especially because in her amended complaint, she said, "Oh, I couldn't. I had to cancel SNL, the
Yeah,
50th anniversary." But then she's there in the audience anyway, so that didn't
100%.
look good. And I think the lawyers will be telling her, "You cannot you've got to not do things that are going to prejudice your own case." And
Exactly.
like this is taking a hit, but it will take a hit for the damages. A lot of things have. There's a lot of things she's done, where the damages kind of for her saying, well, I lost jobs, my businesses were affected. Well, we're looking at everything going quite well for you.
Yeah.
You've been on red carpet events, and you've had another film, and your businesses are doing absolutely fine. Your husband's businesses seem to be doing fine. So what's the loss here?
Yeah, they don't seem to be taking any kind of financial hit, or as much as you say you've been smeared, that has not stopped you from showing your
No,
face. People who have been smeared or feel shame or feel whatever, they don't show their face. And this is not to say
no,
she should be in hiding. I hear when people are like, oh, you want her to hide. No. If she's telling me she's a victim, I want to see that. If she's
yeah,
telling me she has no power here, I want to see that. I want to feel bad for you. And nothing that has happened from the time this started till now has ever made me feel bad for you. Nothing has
no, I
felt like
haven't.
that. No, at no moment have
I
I gone, oh my God, like as much as I support Justin, this is a bit much. I've never gone to that. Like, and I'm a very sympathetic, empathetic softie. I've never
yeah,
gotten to the point in this whole case where I'm like, ooh, that's a little bit much. Like, I feel bad. Everything is so valid to me, and I'm not so blind in my bias. And I make no qualms about it. I am biased. I'm completely Team Justin. I'm not looking into another lens. I'm not seeing it a different way.
no,
Until she's about to show me a whole video of Justin grabbing her boob while she was breastfeeding to be like, I'm not moving. I'm immovable. This is the position I'm
yeah,
taking, and I'm dying on this hill again because you haven't shown me anything. And people are like, well, Why does she have to show you anything? She's a woman. You should believe her.
Well,
And then
no, no,
today
no,
I
no,
was
no.
thinking of Alex. What is the girl's name? She has a podcast. She has like a really successful podcast.
I don't
She said she
know.
was SH by her coach, American girl. You guys, call her out. Call me Alex. Y'all know I don't know this stuff. Call me, call me your dad. That's very bizarre. Call me your father or call me your daddy or something like that. Anyway, there's this girl who said she was SH by her coach, but the coach is a female. So if we are
Right.
going, my point of bringing this up is if you guys want to do this whole believe all women antics, okay, I believe the coach. She said she didn't do it.
Well, no, exactly. No, and that's the point, right?
Does
Because
that
and
make
this is what I
sense?
was saying about Section 47.1. Everyone thinks, oh, this is just going to, this is only going to, there's only men that are going to be falsely accused. So, what we're worried about, women are now protected. No, women can be falsely accused. Lauren has been openly honest about the fact that she was falsely accused of stuff. It happens to women, absolutely.
Call me daddy.
So,
That's what they just said. The podcast is called Call Me
um,
Daddy. I was like, call me your
yeah,
father.
but women are not safe. They can be falsely accused. They can be false. It doesn't even have to be women on women. Women can be falsely accused of sexual assault by men. Why can't that happen?
Yeah. I don't fall for the oh, here's LC. Oh, thank you so much, Christina. I was like, what is I thought Christina found a way to share the link for people to come up here. I don't know how to do that. I just know how to invite a guest. Christina said, here's a link tree. If you guys want to show me some love. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can find my Instagram, my TikTok, everything on there. But the podcast is called Call Her Daddy, and she was SH'd by her soccer
Yeah.
coach in college. I played soccer in college. I played soccer and tennis in high school. I felt completely safe with my coaches. Never once did I ever not feel safe with them. And our coach was actually a math teacher. Joe, he was the first person to actually get me to like math because I hated it, and then I found out I was really good at it. But if we want to go through this whole first, I hate the fact that these comments have a timer. Who asked you? Like, why does it leave after 10 seconds or whatever? It's very annoying. That just distracted me. But if we want to do the whole believe women, I believe women, because I think Julia Fox yesterday, Kanye West's concubine, or what was she? I don't know what she was. Julia Fox yesterday, we read a story about her. I think I still have it because I didn't even get a chance to delete it yet. I'll show that. She went, I don't know if you get a chance to see that either, Leanne. Before you came up on the live yesterday, we're talking about it because she came out. Nobody asked for Julia Fox's side, but she had the nerve to come out, and this was her statement literally. I think she says she believes all women regardless of
Even
whether
if
they're
they're
telling the
wrong.
truth or they're lying. Did you get it? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a chance to see. Okay, because she literally says. So I would love to ask Julia Fox something right now. So this is what her statement said. If anybody missed it yesterday, of course there's an ad. Why not? I support women when they're right. I support women when they're wrong. I support women when they're likable. And when they're unlikable, I support women that I have nothing in common with. I support women that I do have things in common with. I'm going to support Blake. So let's take Blake out of this. Let's just use the word woman. If Alex call me father, call oh shit, call me daddy's girl, is saying her coach, who is a woman, sexually harassed her, and if you want to say you support all women, whether they're wrong, whether they're being truthful, whether are you saying Alex's coach is good to go in your eyes? Because I have a big problem with that. I just
I
simply
have a
do.
problem.
I completely have a problem with anybody that has this sentiment. I'm scared of you. Like, I think it's human first, and then truth, then gender. Like, you take the human in the situation, you look at the human of it all, and then you make your decisions with what you know and what you have. In no world am I siding with somebody because we share reproductive organs. I don't care.
No.
I do not care that
I,
you have a uterus. I don't care that you have a placenta. I don't care that you have a vagina. Sorry. I don't believe you. I'm a woman. I
no.
know how well I could lie if I needed to.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm not doing
And
that.
so the thing is, right, is I do get the underpinning message, right? I don't think that I I get that there are still problems and inequalities for women compared to men. Like, in England, in Britain, we have like a gender pay gap, so men, can work can earn more money or have more benefits for doing exactly the same role in a job. And I've worked for law firms. I've successfully sued three of them because like of like discrimination related to the fact that I was a female, and I have been treated like I'm just a secretary by some by my male counterpart, who
Yeah.
is no more qualified than me, no more experienced than me. But he's like, well, do you want to go make me a cup of tea? No, I don't want to make you a cup of tea. I
So
want you
you
to
can
take
get
this
your
seriously.
own cup
That
up. Make me one while you're
Yeah,
at it.
exactly. It's a real problem, but but that's a society thing, I think, right? But to say, I mean, men and disproportionately, domestic violence happens by men towards women. That is a fact. I'm not going to dispute
Yeah.
it because it's true. But
Yeah.
that is not all men. And men, and this is what Justin Baldoni's kind of message was. He was trying to like educate men to take stock of themselves. And I'm very much of well, look, men and women, they complement each other. They are different. They are meant to be different. We are supposed to
Yeah.
elevate each other and kind of complement each other, not compete with each other.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't like this whole let's tear down men. I don't know why society is getting to a point where
I have a
people have to
son.
be,
You think I want him to
yeah,
grow up in a world
of
where
course you
because he has a
do.
weakness,
Yes.
he's behind? No. Like, no, I'm
No,
not doing that.
no. It should not be like
Jesus.
that. People should not be, you know,
You judge people on
assumed
their merits.
or
You
destroyed
judge
or
people on what
cancelled
they give
because
you.
of yeah.
Yeah.
They should not like we should not be sort of, taking the side of one person for any reason, for any defining features, and I feel so sorry because I can't believe that this person who I don't even know of, so she's not that important to me, but to say, well, I'm going to just believe people when they're wrong, I'm going to believe someone when they're unlikable, and
Yeah.
she's going to support Blake Lively,
Yep.
regardless of the fact of what's wrong with Justin Baldoni, other than the fact that he's male.
Exactly. So it's
You
like
know,
maybe
and
if
then,
Justin was a woman, then Julia Fox would be like, you know what? I
well,
don't
what
care
are
who
you feeling
wins,
about Jen
as long as it's
Abel
a
and
woman.
Melissa Nathan?
It's
What
ridiculous.
about Melissa
Exactly.
Nathan and Jen Abel?
They're women.
They're women.
Exactly. It's very bizarre. I'm gonna play Megan Kelly. Speaking of another woman, the fact that Blake has me out here agreeing with Megan Kelly on a daily basis bothers my soul. But Megan Kelly talked to Brian Friedman, and I'm gonna play the
Mm.
video. It's about 13 minutes. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but pointers there. And while I play that, I'm gonna duck out and check on my soup because I think it might be burning, and that would suck. So I'm gonna, if I could share that, that would be great. Can you guys see that or no? Of
No.
course not, because why would it be easy? Okay, let's see. Where is it? It would be great if we could see it. Oh, of course not. Okay, there it is. Okay, I'm going to play this really quickly while I go check on the soup, and I'll be back.
I hope you're having a great time.
I can still hear
So
you.
far, so
And the
good.
last time
You don't
I,
need to say anything. I'll be back,
thanks.
guys.
The last time I was with you actually was the last kind of disaster in LA, which were the LA fires. I think it was
Yeah.
March 7th, and we were on together, or the set, so yet another crisis in LA, and I'm here. So I don't think there's any coincidence. But my take on what the judge did was the judge simplified things. And while we're not pleased that he got rid of the defamation causes of action, the truth was the case was never really about defamation. And while it's while it's our response and while it's a portion of our claims, from the very start, this case was about somebody being wrongfully accused, and that's Justin. And it's also been about Melissa Nathan and her team at TAG, and about Jen Abel and herself, and about her being wrongfully accused about a smear campaign. And the reality is, when what I believe is going on is that the judge, is getting through all of this and saying, hey, we're going to parrot this down to really what the issues are in the case. And I don't want collateral stuff going on. I just want, answers to the key questions, right? Was there sexual harassment? Clearly no. And, was there a smear campaign? And that's no also. So that's what I really think when you parrot down the law and all of that to what the judge is trying to do here.
What do you make of the victory lap she and her lawyers are taking, claiming absolute vindication, calling the counterclaims basically a sham, saying the judge saw right through them, and Blake Lively out there thanking the 19 organizations who filed briefs on her behalf?
Right. Well, without getting into detail on that, I mean, first of all, the judge made clear that he didn't read the briefs. The judge made clear that he didn't rule on 47.1. Which she's going around and celebrating a victory.
Let's explain what that is.
Yeah, 47.1 was the California statute that is a new statute that she took the position that you couldn't defend yourself by filing a claim against an accuser concerning sexual harassment or sexual assault, which in most cases is a really important law. In most cases, it is a really important conceptual case, and it really protects the victims. But, you got to ask yourself here, who's the real victim? The real victim is Justin and the others, and it's because they've been wrongfully accused. And ask yourself, when you've been in a situation where you've been wrongfully accused, how do you defend yourself? Are you allowed to defend yourself? Are you allowed to lead with truth? Because that's all that's been done here, is putting everything out on a website, putting everything out for the public, not hiding anything, and saying, here it is. Was there sexual harassment? Was there a smear campaign?
And 47.1 seems to say, this new California law, if you're an alleged sexual harassment or sexual assault or hostile work environment plaintiff, and somebody who you've accused comes back at you saying, I didn't do it, and what you're alleging is defamatory of me, thanks to this statute, that person defending themselves saying, I didn't, and what you say is defamation, can get in a lot of trouble, potentially, could have to pay that person's legal fees if the counterclaim gets dismissed, could have to pay triple the legal fees potentially, and punitive damages. So the California statute almost makes it like extremely dangerous for someone in Justin Baldoni's position to actually defend himself against a sexual harassment complaint.
Well, it's not dangerous if you know you're right. So this case has always been about facts. It hasn't been about victory laps. It hasn't been about Saturday Night Live tours. It hasn't been about the People 100. Or the Time 100, it hasn't been about the show, and it hasn't been about, the misrepresentations. It's been about the facts. We've been in this case for a while now. Have we seen, text messages? Have we seen evidence? Have we seen receipts? No. You've only seen them from one side. And it's been out there. And what we've seen from Blake Lively is her showing, who she really is. And the truth is, that there's a famous quote that says, when people show you who they are, believe them.
Mm-hmm. Maya Angelou. Yeah. So what did you make of the judge? Because you say it's clear he didn't read the briefs. I have to say, I was surprised at some of the sweeping language in there. For example, him saying, well, Justin Baldoni, you can't really sue him. He can't sue Ryan Reynolds for defamation because when you sue a public figure, when you are a public figure suing for defamation, you have to meet the New York Times versus Sullivan standard showing that the person who defamed you did it with actual malice, meaning they knew it was false when they said it. This would be Ryan Reynolds saying false things to WME, the agency that he got to break up with Justin. So he knew the things were false, or he behaved with reckless disregard for their falsity. And the judge seemed to say,
If your neck looks like this, you need to watch this video. When you sit at your desk or use your phone, your head protrudes forward. And for every inch your head protrudes forward, an additional 10 pounds of force is added to the neck.
Anything he heard was from his wife, so he couldn't have known it was false. At worst case scenario, he was mistaken, and therefore your claims against Justin need to be dismissed, though a couple of those have been granted leave to refile. I just don't understand that, because there is evidence that Ryan Reynolds had direct interactions with Justin, with Blake, with Taylor Swift. I don't get that part, Brian.
Yeah, well, I think it's a nuance in the law that you're aware of, but public figures who sue for defamation have to prove malice. What the judge essentially said, as you read the order, is that there can be no malice here because the allegations arose from the CRD complaint, which is a protected document as a legally filed document.
The civil rights complaint that she filed to kick this whole thing off and then leaked to the New York Times, clearly. Go ahead.
That's right. And we don't agree with that at all. We think there's so much collateral action that happened here factually that is outside of the scope of that document itself. For example, the New York Times said, that they reviewed thousands of text messages and made their own determination based on that. They had a video that they put together. These things are not directly taken from the CRD complaint. And the court, addressed that in its own way. The court was very matter of fact about that. I don't think generally judges or courts like when media is sued. They certainly don't like when public figures sue for defamation. The standard is higher. It does require malice. I think in this case, there's a lot of arguments on why there is malice. But again, I get back to why are we here? And what are we really, proving here? And the truth is, it's two things. It's did he sexually harass her? And was there a smear campaign? And again, it's a bummer. And I feel really upset about the fact that, compensation in the form of damages as a result of defamation is not possible at the moment for him. I'm sure, they will both say things in the future that will bring this back to life. I have no doubt.
Right. Can I ask you about you mentioned 47.1, this law in California that kind of protects someone even alleging sexual harassment from getting sued for defamation. In other words, if the defamation case is dismissed, it gives them potentially triple their attorney's fees and costs. That could be millions and millions of dollars if the judge says it applies and Justin has to pay. Before we ever even get to discovery in this case, Brian, does he have that kind of money? And what are the odds that the judge is going to impose that hefty a penalty on him?
I'm not at liberty to talk about his finances, but suffice it to say that I doubt many people have that kind of money. But I think the distinction in this case is that sometimes the law does not, take into account morality. And, while this particular statute is a good statute in cases where it's important and it matters and where there's someone who's bullying the victim. And I want to take that really seriously because I think it's really important and Justin feels it's really important. But where it doesn't apply is a case where somebody has created allegations that do not rise to the level of sexual harassment. And we now know exactly what those allegations are. We have a specific understanding of what those allegations are. We've seen video that shows exactly what happened in the scene that she said was so inappropriate. And we've seen, the text messages about coming to my trailer. We've seen evidence that directly refutes the allegations of sexual harassment. So in this case, from our perspective, there's not nearly the risk that there would be in a case where it was used for bullying. In this case, it's truly about trying to prove that you didn't sexually harass someone. And why, with his career destroyed at the moment, why is he not allowed that right to defend himself and to be able to say, this is not okay?
This administration is working.
So, Leanne, I don't know if I lost you if you're still here, but I wanted to. You're the
I'm still
lawyer, so
here.
I'm gonna let you take the bulk of this. But I wanted to bring a couple of things up before I forgot. Um,
Yeah.
the two things in the beginning when he was talking, and I know a lot of people who don't know a lot about this case are gonna take that and run with it if you heard it the way I heard it. But when he says this case was never about him being defamed, it was about the fact that they brought these claims that were preposterous, right? Like they just
Yeah.
weren't true. A lot of people are gonna hear that and just be like, "Remember, see, his lawyer even says it was never about him being defamed." No, it was never about her being SH'd. If she
Yeah.
never brings up SH, he never brings up defamation. I don't know why
Mm.
people want to act as if somebody just accusing somebody of SH is not enough to be like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" And then
No, exactly.
I noticed from Brian Friedman, as much as he's being stern and he is obviously defending his client, you don't want to come out and seem happy. He seems scary calm to me. Does that do you feel that way? He
Well,
seems really calm. I mean, he has to. He's a good, he knows how to do his job.
Brian Friedman, um, I'm just turning on a light because I cannot see what I'm doing. Bear with me 1 second. Uh,
It's okay.
Brian Friedman is an absolute, he's an incredible lawyer. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that because I've been openly fangirling every time I do something, one of his filings. He is one of the top of his game. And he knows what he is doing. And I believe him when he says this has not been the priority is what I think is what he means is not defamation. And I said this kind of on because when I was talking to Ashley earlier, I was like, no, I don't think defamation is the goal. So I think they're fine with losing those claims. And the reason is Wayfarer don't strike me as the kind of clients who want to go out of their way to punish someone. So, suing Leslie Sloan and Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively for defamation, I don't think it was the goal, but I think it was like we need to do something because, these allegations are serious. So you have to react some way or another.
Yeah.
But I think for them, this is how I described it. So for me, I think the judge has actually done Wayfarer a bit of a favor. And I know people are going to be like, what? I think he's done them a favor.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not saying the judgments were great. I'm not saying I'm happy about the decisions, and I'm not kind of dismissing any people have concerns of bias and all this. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is going forward, the weight and threat that comes with Section 47.1 is now out. It's gone because it
Yeah.
was only ever attached to
The
Wayfarer's
the
defamation claim against
countersuit.
her.
Right. Now that's
Yeah,
gone.
only the defamation claim. All the other claims, not it was not. It had nothing to do with them. It was just
Yeah.
defamation. Him suing her for
Yeah.
defamation.
Now the
So
amicus briefs have to be gone. Like they're useless now.
yeah, it's gone.
Like
But
Elise Dorsey and Child, you everybody else's the amicus briefs.
yeah, it's all
Put it in a
gone. Yeah,
recycle bin. Just print it
exactly.
out
And
and
there's no
smoke
so
it.
yeah, and now they can't because they were kind of drowning. The Wayfarer Council were representing many clients, non-parties and the parties themselves, and there are a lot. They are representing a lot of people. I noticed that there was just it was almost like coordinated filings because
Yeah.
Sloane had her own lawyers, Jones had her own lawyers, Reynolds and Lively had the same lawyers, fine. The New York Times had separate lawyers as well, and it just seemed to be motion after motion after motion.
Yeah.
And then all these amicus briefs come in as well, and you could see that's why they didn't attempt to amend the complaint.
Yeah.
By the deadline, they were like, no, we'll just leave it. I
Yeah.
think so. So if you look at their first complaint, their first amended complaint, right? There are two halves to it. One is we did not commit sexual harassment. We need to prove that.
Hmm.
The other half is She tried to steal the film. She's ruined our reputation as a business, as an employer, as a film production studios, as an actor. She has cost us jobs and contracts.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at collectively what's left of the claims that are still in play and what's going to come back in when the Second Amended complaint comes back from Wayfarer, you've got on Blake Lively's side, right? She's still got a sexual harassment. He gets to now defend that without being under threat of Section 47.1 because it doesn't apply to her claims. And then
Mm-hmm.
he's got the implied breach of covenant
Covenant. Yeah.
claim, the oh god, tortious interference claims, and
Yeah.
the economic perspective, economic block. So you got those claims which deal with all of his economic damages, which are substantial for him. And for Wayfarer, they are substantial damages. They're not small claims. The claims that Wayfarer are getting to bring in a Second Amendment and refile are huge. They're
Yeah.
big. So if he can prove all of that, keep the claims in, he also has a way to keep her in the court system as well, even if she wants to withdraw her own claims.
Yeah.
So for
Which
me,
I hope she
he's
doesn't,
now still got
because
both sides,
yeah, 100%. I hope she doesn't, because that was one of my biggest concerns, because it just feels like such her MO to now be like, well, his case is dropped. I mean, until he refiles the
Yeah.
covenant and atrocious interference stuff. I don't want her to wake up a month, 2 months from now, or hell, wait just before trial and be like, you know what, I don't want to go through with this anymore. I'm done.
No.
But her lawyer continuing to say, no, we are adamant. She is more,
Well,
resolved to go through with this. Yeah, I want to see it. Let's go.
if you want an example of how brilliant Brian Friedman is,
Oh, when he threw
because
it out there
I've
that they're
seen
gonna
it.
try to get out of it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now he's
exactly. Oh yeah,
he's
no, well,
pretty put the ball
we're
in your
worried she's
court. If you do it, it's like, ah.
yeah.
If you don't do it, good
Do
for
you know how many
me.
times I have seen it, right, with lawyers, like when I was training, when I was doing like a junior and just graduated. Do you know how many, especially the older men as well, kind of, the old school lawyers, where they would play the fumbling idiot that, kind of like fell over themselves and it's like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm getting confused. Oh, I can't find my papers. I can't read. I can't find my glasses. But so then it would lure the other side into a false sense of security, and then they would just like close in on them like a Venus flytrap. It was incredible.
I've seen
It was.
that. I've seen that on
I've seen it.
on
Yeah,
TV
no,
on Suits. I think so. Lewis. I don't know if you ever watched Suits.
I haven't watched it, but my dad loves it, so I have heard of it.
So Lewis, one of the characters on the show, one of the best litigators, one of the best lawyers, like
Mm,
at trial. I mean, he's also a character, so they write him that way. But he is such a fumbling. I go to the same my
yeah,
dentist. I share a dentist with my cats. Like I eat and like he's a mess. And he would
yeah,
show up to court like he would say your owner instead of your honor. Like he does these things where the other side is like, oh, I got this in a bag. And then
yeah,
they offer him deals that when they because they think he doesn't want to go to trial. He's like, actually, I'll see you at trial. And then he just lays down the law. So definitely, I
yeah.
kind of like his strategy, Brian Freeman. A lot of people are asking. There's a question about which I'm gonna let you answer, but I wanted to get something in real quick. A lot of people are asking,
Sure.
can he sue after he wins on Blake's end? Like after she cannot prove the SH, we go to trial in March and he wins. Can he then now be like, you defamed me? Or because it was dismissed with prejudice, that's done now? Or once the case is closed in its entirety, can he now bring a new suit later?
Well, what I think he's going to do, I do not think so. He's got the right of appeal, um, over the dismissals, and I don't want to go too far with the theories, the conspiracy kind of theories that, and I do see the points of some of them. I'm absolutely not dismissing them, but connections to the brother, no, I've never felt that was an issue. But financial connections, yeah, I got swayed by Cassidy's video, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Because I
Um,
never cared about the
but
brother. Because I have a
no,
sister
it's
and
it's way
like,
too far away. That's not a close
yeah, it's way
connection.
too, exactly. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
businesses, the money, the monetary stuff, I'm like,
Money might be a problem. Yeah, but
and then the,
if
yeah,
he's
and then
declared
something
that,
about
then that is not a problem.
Yeah, and Salma Hayek's husband kind of representing the
Yeah, it's a
judge,
stretch.
and she went to dinner with Salma. I'm like, that's a stretch. I don't care about that. But if you put yourself in a desperate Blake position,
Yeah.
you like she's throwing everything at the wall now. Hey, Salma, talk to your husband. Your husband talk to, and then what
Yeah,
do
but
you?
she didn't go to
Somebody asked
dinner
if
with
I picked up
Salma
my
Hayek
suit.
before Judge Lyman took
I
the
did
case. So, it wasn't, and that is a connection that we
exactly,
went round months and months ago, and it was like, nah, it's
exactly,
nothing. And then she goes to
exactly.
dinner once, gets photographed, and it's
And I
almost like she
feel
did it
like
to generate this.
if you were going to dinner with Salma Hayek to try to get her to talk to the judge, you don't want to be photographed because you know we're gonna link them
No,
back. You don't do
but
that dinner outside. You do that in the house
no,
somewhere.
no, exactly. No, exactly. You wouldn't put it on display. It's ridiculous. But
Yeah,
to your question, so I don't think they're going to be appealing anything at this point because it would add years, and the whole thing would come to a standstill while
I
we
stand
wait
still.
years for an appeal to be heard, which is not guaranteed to be successful. I think
Successful.
what they're going to do
Just move
is
forward with
they're going to,
the
because
original trial. Yeah,
yeah, they're going to just continue because they got the depositions coming right up now. So all of that's going to happen. I'm going to be putting my faith in Brian Friedman because I think he's a genius.
yeah.
I'm going to be supporting Wayfarer because they still stand the great.
Chance. Yeah,
Yeah, I think they've got a really good case if
yeah,
of one defending against the sexual harassment and
yeah,
two proving that she stole the film. That all that
yeah.
evidence
I
is
mean,
still
if
going
you
to come in the way this is now.
yeah, you
But
put that
he
information in
may
front of a jury. I trust a jury to make the common
exactly.
sense decisions rather than a judge doing the
Yeah,
emotions.
exactly. I mean, I, if these four claims stay in now, because the second amended complaint, we're going to have to go through the motions to dismiss again.
Yeah,
That's all happening.
exactly.
So if they get dismissed, then I'll be like, hmm, maybe we should think about an appeal. Although he can still defend the sexual harassment. However, I think I'm hoping, that everything will go well. The complaint will be top notch and will keep the claims in. She has to go to trial because he won't withdraw his claims. And if Friedman chooses, after a discussion with Wayfair at the end of it, they may walk away at that point happy with the result. They
Yeah,
may walk away with a result that they're not happy with, but they have the option to appeal, and if they're going to appeal, that's the time, not now.
yeah. And so
So
what I wanted to bring up, it kind of leads into what you just said. It's actually a perfect segue. Is and Brian Freeman had brought it up at the last, at the kind of at the end when Megan brought up as far as the monetary stuff Justin is not getting, but at the same time the judge not awarding Blake attorney fees right away. And I always wondered the reason I had so much faith the motion to dismiss was not going to come is I was like, there's no way it's going to take this long for him to rule on that because since the motion to dismiss was filed, it's been months. The amount of paperwork
it's
that has gone
normal.
in between, you're saying that's a normal timeline?
Yeah, yeah, this is really normal, and it wasn't
Okay,
just one motion to dismiss. It was
right. There's multiple ones.
four.
Right,
So yeah, they can take months and months and months. They will be. He will leave it until the last possible minute because
right.
if you're thinking about dismissing someone, you know, as you potentially that's it, they're out and they're not coming back. So the judge will have to be really sure in his mind. Plus, you look at that document; it was like 142 pages.
Yeah,
He didn't write that in one day.
yeah,
He did not. There's no way he wrote that. Took weeks for him
for
to
sure. And he has to be
work
thorough because
on.
if you come back too
Yeah, oh
quickly, it's
yeah,
almost as though you didn't consider the other side.
exactly. So, and you want him to take that time. You really do want him to take the time. There, there are things about his judgment I'm a bit like, right, well, I don't love that, and I think that could have been dismissed without prejudice, and maybe that, like Ryan Reynolds defamation, yeah, he could have been, open to repleading that one.
Hmm.
Leslie Stone, I didn't really see much of a case against her. I think
Yeah.
the source that put the case there in the first place turned out to be a bit of a slime ball and was playing them off against each other. That James Vatuska, I didn't. He changed his story depending on who he was talking to. So, for
Right.
me, I was a bit like. he's not a reliable person to bring Leslie Sloan and her PR company to a defamation claim.
Right.
The
What do
New
you
York
think?
Times was always going to go.
Yeah, they were always gonna get away with it because they all just
Yeah,
had
they
to
always
say they
do.
relied on Blake's word. They believed Blake. That's
Exactly,
it.
exactly. And but the thing is, I mean, there's faults with it. I thought there was a chance, given some of the information we had, but
Yeah,
it's New York, it's the New York Times, and they have the shield laws for media. They
exactly.
are incredibly high bars to pass, and the New York Times has not been sued in 60 years, so it was always
Successfully,
going to
anyway.
be. Yeah, but again, look at what Brian Friedman did with that, right? He sued New York Times first in California, didn't he?
Yeah,
So, and what happened there? Well, that kind of goaded Blake Lively into suing everyone
yeah,
and in filing her first lawsuit.
yeah.
So,
But
otherwise, I don't think she would have ever
done it.
gone this far.
Yeah,
I think
she'd
she
have
just
ever
wanted her
kept it true.
story out.
Exactly. But though, because I think at the end that Brian Friedman also said something where he mentions morality of it all. He says sometimes, like, you wish you could make these decisions based on morality rather than.
Yeah,
I don't want to
and
misquote him, but
he's
something to
right.
that effect. Right.
He's right. Just because there are the law, and it's the same over here as well. So I'm like this is not just well, it's only America that's got some issues with its judicial system. Absolutely not. The UK has, um, and there are times when you can feel like you've got a great case, but
Yeah.
does think like it's the civil extortion. The claim did not hit the bar, it did not hit the legal standard. And there
Yeah.
wasn't even case law to help the judge to kind of settle it. So I think like he didn't really want to approach section 47.1 because there wasn't established case law to kind of guide him. I think
Yeah.
he took the same view with the civil extortion, but the pleading, I don't think I kind of agree with him looking at it that there was a way it could have been argued, but it would have been. I still think he would have dismissed it because it's it's just it's I don't know, the pleading just didn't kind of hit the mark,
Yeah.
but it also didn't for for some of the defamation claims and things like that. I mean, it's a pain,
Yeah.
but the law is the law, and sometimes that can feel unfair morally.
Yeah.
That person's done something wrong, like the
Right.
Van Zandt lawsuit.
Which
Morally,
is
it's
which is
abhorrent,
why
but but it doesn't say that it's illegal. We haven't got to the point where
exactly.
we're proven it's actually illegal. They're different things.
Exactly, which is why I'm hoping if we're wrong I'm hoping we're wrong in the fact that he is biased or he's sketchy, and
Mm,
I'm hoping that in that sense he does not award her the attorney fees, because if
yeah,
even if they didn't meet their burden of bringing enough evidence to prove malice to do this to do that, if morally and just on a human level you could see how he could feel the way he feels and think he has a case, and he brought the case like fairly, he on good faith, he wasn't trying to retaliate against her, he was
no,
legitimately scared and defending his name. So in that sense I'm really hoping, and again initially when I read the response and the motion was granted, but I also like the fact that he didn't strike it from the record, like it can never be brought
yeah,
up. You know what I mean? Like I could see Brian Freeman kind of throwing that in there during his defense, like as part of his strategy. Like he wants to be clear, we did try to fight against this. I like the fact that it wasn't
yeah,
stricken from the record, but I especially like the fact that he didn't grant the attorney fees right away. He's like, I'm gonna let you get away with it, but I don't think he has to pay you because, and even the judge kind of brought up in his thing, in his briefing, yeah, she did try to steal the movie. She could be a bad person. It doesn't equal enough malice. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm
mm.
really hoping and I want to believe that that means those attorney fees are not coming. I don't know how you feel about that. We have about 10 minutes left to go get my son. But I
No, it's
don't know if
fine.
that makes sense to you or my brain just works that way. But I was like, when I read that, I was like, okay, him not striking it from the record is a big deal because that means Brian Freeman can still bring it up. He can say it in open court, like if they're talking about the trial in her case, because he's not barring him from ever bringing it up. But secondly, he says you can file later for your attorney fees or whatever. But if he's not giving it to you now, why would he give it to you later? You know what I'm saying? I don't
Well,
think he's getting that money.
he's invited. No, he's invited them to make the argument that they should get the attorney's fees. Um, so we may see all that coming. We probably almost certainly will, I think, to be honest,
Yeah.
knowing this lot. But also, Blake Lively can make the claim for the triple damages and everything that go with Section 47. Now,
Yeah. But he's
he
not
did say
considering 47 right
he ha
now at all. He's
no,
not
he hasn't
considering it,
so
which I
far,
think
but
hurts her.
he has. Yeah, no, he hasn't considered it so far. He's made a point of saying that, but he does say if you file a formal motion, I will have to consider it. Basically, I will
Right.
consider it.
Which, I mean, again, I'm
So
hanging my hat on the fact that he could just cut all that red tape out and just grant everything now to deter from that. But if he's saying he can file it again, I'm really hoping his response is gonna come back to say, while I don't think he had enough to prove malice in his defamation, I also don't think he was doing this just for retaliation. The man legitimately doesn't think he did anything to you. And truly, you haven't given me any proof to really show he SH'd you either. Because you're talking about some Jimmy Heat showed you porn. That's not facts. You're talking about he told you you smell nice, blah, blah, blah. Well, the video doesn't show that. And obviously, he's not taking it to evidence right now. He's only talking about what he's been given. Brian Freeman showing us
yeah,
the video as the public or whatever doesn't equal, a judge making a decision. But I think that is going to tell us a lot. What do you think? I feel like if they were to refile their stuff about getting the money and all that, and the judge was to swing with them again still, I'm scared. I'm scared forever. But if the judge
uh,
was to say, yeah, I'm not awarding you attorney fees, even though he didn't meet his burden, as far as legally
mm,
telling me you defamed him or the malice stuff, I also don't think it was in retaliation. Because it's not like he just said, yeah, she tried to defame me, believe me. He came with stuff that makes him think that. You haven't really
yeah,
proved this smear campaign, even though your lawyer keeps saying you have this document that proves it was a strategy and all that. You haven't proved shit, quite literally. You have given us nothing. So I'm really
no, I
crossing
know.
my fingers and hoping that's the turnout for that.
I mean, I'm hopeful that if she goes for it, because he's actually said, he's categorically laid out, look, I have not considered this. I did not need to. He didn't need to get there, to be honest, because what he said is, well, the the litigation and fair reporting they already did the job, so I didn't even have to look at it. But you're saying, well, if you file for the treble damages, then I will have to look at it from that perspective. Um, I I'm hopeful that I mean, and I'm sure she's going to file for that. Just even though,
Yeah,
but the thing is, right? Even the amicus brief, the latest one, the 14 organizations, it does have a footnote in there because I picked it up, where they say, well, yeah, she's not the intended beneficiary for the damages, but she's got the resources. This is for people who don't have the resources. So
exactly.
I think it'd be distasteful, but also the amicus brief itself actually says, yeah, she's not really the kind of person who should benefit from these high awards.
Exactly.
So there is that, and I think, as well, I'm hopeful the judge will say no, because, he hasn't had his chance to prove that the claims were not in good faith, and there, you know, was no actual malice. However, if he does awarded the triple damages, the benefit is it's not much further down the road. So
Yeah.
it would be a lot less at this point than it would be further down the
In
road.
March,
And
in
she
February, yeah.
withdrew her two biggest claims,
So that
biggest
goes with
damages
her.
claims. That was a massive thing. That was a huge win for Justin Baldoni. So that's why
Yeah.
I don't care about the garden variety, because
Yeah.
all that is, well, I'm just feeling a bit, under the, I feel a bit fuzzy today.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm traumatized. I've got PTSD. So it's like
You know
normal
what
things that you
though?
would see.
I can't wait for a jury to sit there with their regular, like, real challenge in everyday lives, listening to Blake Lively and her lawyer convince a jury that Blake Lively, wife of Deadpool, with her nannies that work with her booze company on the set of a movie where she's collecting $3 million, was just tired and couldn't sleep, and because I can't wait.
Neat.
I can't wait. I can't wait for her to convince a
No, I
jury
can't.
that.
Because If I was Brian Friedman, I'd be saying, really, but you were happy enough to go to Capri to film Another
Mhm.
Simple Favor and promote it in Texas, and you went to all these Taylor Swift
And
concerts,
you
and
went
you
to
had
Eras,
all
and
these
you went to
dinners with your
birthday
friends, you went to
parties.
SNL. Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely. This is why I'm not worried because, okay, he doesn't need to bring the medical evidence. So everyone seems to think, well, that's it then, she's won something. No, no, no,
Yeah,
no. The claims are not worth anything, right? They are so low. The
yeah,
damages is next to nothing on them anyway.
yeah.
And Brian Friedman will absolutely eat her apart. Like,
Oh yeah, on the stand, I can't wait.
he will have a frenzy with her because he's got all these dates of things where she was and all this stuff. And it's still, on all of these kind of, going out looking confident, all dressed up and everything, not
Speaking
looking
of,
remotely like someone who couldn't get out of bed.
exactly. I don't want to cut you off at all, but you just reminded me of
No.
something I need to tell you guys, especially with dates. And you just mentioned, I have everything lined
Yep.
up. I have it written in the Bible. It's in the book. I'm gonna make that video either today or tomorrow, but you're gonna get it this weekend. I know I've been lying to y'all and promising y'all, but I'm for real this time because I got the motivation from the stuff being dismissed, and it's gonna shake you guys. It's gonna be so like what, but it's gonna make so much sense, and it relates to the 17-point thing that she brought up, and I'm gonna explain it to you guys, and
Oh,
you're gonna be like, "Oh, that makes perfect sense." But Leanne, that's a good point because those dates that I'm gonna talk about, you're gonna look at those dates and look at the 17-point list, and you're gonna be like, "Holy crap, that makes complete sense." I hope that's enough of a hint for you guys to know what I'm talking about. But I have 1 minute, and I have to leave to get my son. It's about a
no,
15
then.
minute drive, and he needs to be out of there by 6. So I appreciate you for hopping on, Leanne. I don't know if
Thank
StreamYard will
you.
be back tomorrow, but we can actually do what we set out to do tomorrow. If StreamYard is working, we could do here and go over to yours, or vice versa. I
Yeah.
appreciate everybody who stuck around, especially in the first at least 30 minutes of absolute chaos. That was some garden variety trauma you guys got from me.
Oh my
I I apologize. I thank all of you for stinking out. That's horrible. For sticking it out with me and helping me figure it out. Lara, God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Kinney. I
God.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
God bless you. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Leanne, for being here. I know CJ was in here. And Priya, tell your husband I'll start paying rent when Justin starts paying. And Justin isn't paying yet. So Priya, one of our audience members, said her husband said I'm on the TV so much I should start paying rent. I can't afford it. Justin is not paying enough. As soon as he start paying enough, I'll
no.
pay you back. So yes, I'm excited. Berkeley, where have you been? I haven't seen you in so long. I don't know, you guys. Berkeley hasn't been here in a minute, unless I just haven't seen you in the chat. But it's good to see you guys here. Thank you, CJ. If you want to hop on tomorrow, let me know. I sent you a link. I don't know if it got to you, but I'll send it again tomorrow. I appreciate all of you. The Bushbirds uploaded about you, Elsie. What is that? What is a Bushbird? Do you know what that is, Leanne?
No.
I don't know what the Bushbirds are. Elle, what is the Bushbirds? I love the fact that you guys talk to me like I know stuff. I love that. I need to start being more in tune. The Bushbirds uploaded about you. Is that a good thing? Tell me that first. About your post comments. Elle, I need more. Thank you, sorry. Christina says somebody's gonna clip that. Clip what? What did I say? Wait, what is somebody gonna clip? Do you know what, Leanne?
I have no idea what
I
this
have no
is,
idea. Okay, so
but I want to
Christina's
know
saying
now.
another. Christina's saying another YouTube account. Okay, I'm sticking around long enough for Christina to tell me what somebody's gonna clip. And Leo was here. You late bum, Leo. You're late. I'm sorry, that was aggressive. Unless you've been here this whole time and I just saw you, then I apologize. Oh, Berkeley said missing in action and Karen. I hope everything is okay. And yes, Karen has been taking up my time too. Oh, you guys are saying Bushbirds is a YouTube account. Okay, I'll watch that when I get my son and we're eating dinner. I'll take a look at that. Um, they read comments about Blake. Wait, they just read comments? Is an account that just reads comments? That's funny. Wait, are you guys saying it's a page that just reads comments? That would be hilarious. I'll go take a look at that. I saw you on the show today. Oh, thanks for being here, Berkeley. You will love them, Elsie. I hope, if it's good things. Oh, Christina is saying somebody's gonna clip me saying Justin doesn't pay enough. I can't wait for somebody to clip it and actually say that, and I will go and make them look ridiculously stupid because it was a joke. I make that joke twice a week. Okay, you guys. Now I have less than 15 minutes to actually go. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I hate leaving you guys. Oh, Leo said he was in the back being quiet. Nah, you know you lying. Leo said she was in the back being quiet. All right, Leo, I love you. Bring your ass on time tomorrow. Happy Pride Month, everybody who celebrates,
Yeah.
everybody who's in a community. We love you. We see you. We appreciate you. Be kind to one another. Somebody says they have Bob Ross vibes. This is too much information coming at me in the last hour, guys. I'm so over the place. Hopefully, you guys, this I never have to use this platform ever again. I'm sorry, Riverside. This is not bad
Yeah.
promo for you
Same.
guys. I just don't. I don't know. It took me a
No.
while to get used to StreamYard, and that's very simple. This is too fancy. Te quiero. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Te quiero mucho. Besitos, abrazos. That's hugs and kisses, Leanne. That's hugs and kisses.
Oh,
You live in Miami. You got to know a couple of things to get around if you live in Miami.
yeah.
So I would drive safe. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You didn't miss much, Nicole. I mean, the latter 30, 45 minutes was decent. The beginning, I was fucking up. Exactly, Leo. Somebody's gonna kidnap my kid because all of you guys are keeping me here. No, he'll be fine. But I really love you guys, though. I appreciate you guys, and I wish you could stay on the live while I go get my kid, and then I come back and I hop on again. But that would be ridiculous. But one of these days we do like a day in the life when I bring you guys everywhere, and you're gonna understand why I'm always rushing somewhere. Mr. Elsrich just walked in from work, and I wish I had just told him go pick up the boy, but he assumed I would be on time. That's on him for believing in me. So, thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'm really gonna go now. See, I've turned this way, so I'm leaving. And oh, how do I end this? Oh Jesus!
So see you tomorrow, Elsie.
But how do I get out of here,
You press leave at the bottom.
sweetie? There is no leave. Oh, there is leave. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.
See you later.
Thank you for
Bye.
being here, Leanne. I appreciate you.
Oh, I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Kenny said, Elsie, go. I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. Bye. Oh, let's see. There we go. Did I leave or I'm still here? Somebody let me know if I left or I'm still here because I don't know. I think I did leave. Ooh, did I leave? Am I still here? Am I still here? If I'm still here, somebody say, girl, bye. You're still here. I don't think I am. Okay. Am I still here? Okay. Nobody's saying anything, so I think I'm good. Babe, I'm late. I'm gonna get RJ now. Wait, here? 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 Like I'm still here? Oh, shit. How do I get out? This is like prison break. You think you're out, but then you're back in. You gotta figure out how to leave for real. Oh, I left Leanne. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, it says stop. Oh my God. It says stop. I got it.